Welcome back to the MuzZza channel, where arrogant trash talkers step into the ring and meet the harsh reality of combat. Here it doesn't matter what you say outside the ropes, only skill and heart decide the outcome. If you enjoy watching cocky fighters get humbled in the most brutal way, then you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the MuzZza channel so you never miss another epic showdown.
Defending IBF, Australasian and WBO Global Super Welterweight Champion, Tim.
In August 2020, rising Australian star Tszyu stepped into the ring against former world champion Jeff Horn. Before the fight, Horn was dismissive and arrogant, claiming that Tim was only relevant because of his father's legendary name. He went as far as to promise an easy knockout, saying Tszyu would regret ever stepping into the ring with him.
Look, Tim only got this fight because of his last name. If he was Tim Smith or whatever, he wasn't going to be getting this fight because I'd be looking at bigger and better things. But look, the Tszyu name is red hot. His father was an absolute legend, and that's exactly why this fight is happening. Look, yeah, I'm shocked at the odds. I can't believe that I'm that much of an underdog for this fight. But I love being underdog. It makes me fight, I think, to that next level. And stadium fight added in that. All these things are a mix of me having my greatest victories, and this is going to be one of them.
Doesn't matter how many Queensland Origin series they win, they always go in with the underdog tag. Like, well, how does that play into your favour despite your calibre?
Yeah, look, Queenslanders are underdogs a lot of the time, and especially in Origin. But look, I feel like this one is a bit of a blowout. I think we should definitely be favourite for this one with what I've done in the past, and I'll just have to prove that on the night.
But the moment the fight began, Tszyu took control right away. He dictated the pace, landing clean shots and showing composure beyond his years. Horn, who came in full of confidence, quickly started to fade. The swagger and bravado he carried before the fight began to disappear as Tszyu's dominance grew round by round.
And he's hurt. Here he goes.
Tim unleashed a relentless barrage of punches and sharp combinations, breaking Horn down piece by piece. Every time Horn tried to answer back, Tszyu was one step ahead, quicker, sharper, and more precise. The punishment piled up as the rounds went on, and Horn found himself dropped to the canvas multiple times. Each knockdown chipped away at what little confidence he had left until it became clear that Tszyu wasn't just carrying his father's name. He was carving out his own legacy by dismantling Horn in brutal fashion.
We've seen him with so few answers as this. Uppercut from Tszyu. Big right hands and that uppercut as well, and he gets underneath that one. Tszyu jogging towards him, throwing that right hand at Chill. Can he take Jeff Horn?
It's close.
Now they tangle again.
Not taking any unpredictable
body. It hurt Jeff Horn badly. There's a right hand over the top. He goes down now. The body shot took its toll, and Jeff goes down. 7, 8.
Jeff's lucky he can hold. He's a great holder.
Right hand gets from Tszyu. Can he find right hand?
He's really hurt.
Left. Any more body work, and
nice
this could be finish the fight. Like his dad did so many times.
Taking deep breaths and looks beaten us up. Rushing himself, he's just waiting, looking for the opportunity.
And he is not in this fight. Downstairs again goes Tszyu.
Look at what this fight's doing to him.
Oh, those body shots. That one throws his right hand that misses.
By the 8th round, Horn had taken so much damage that there was no way forward. His corner had no choice but to throw in the towel, ending the fight in a wave of humiliation. The man who mocked Tszyu, who dismissed him as nothing more than his father's son, was beaten into submission by the very fighter he underestimated. In the end, Horn didn't just lose the fight. He was forced to surrender, showing the world his weakness while Tszyu stood tall in victory.
Tszyu with the perfect boxing performance.
In July 2011, Wladimir Klitschko stepped into the ring against David Haye in one of the biggest heavyweight showdowns of the decade. In the build-up, Haye's arrogance knew no limits. He strutted around wearing a t-shirt showing himself holding the severed heads of the Klitschko brothers, refused to shake Vladimir's hand, and repeatedly promised that he would knock him out. The trash talk was constant, and Haye carried himself like a man who believed he had already won before the first bell even rang.
Wladimir, David, you guys want to shake hands to begin this? Can I get you to shake hands?
You know, you can shake
You
me.
want to give your hand?
I'll shake you down on July 2nd.
Megs, give it to me. Why don't you want to shake his hand?
I'll shake it when the referee says touchdown at the beginning of the fight. That's it. Because he's clearly a dickhead. That's why. You heard him chatting just then. Hasn't got a fucking clue what he's talking about. Just yabbering on about absolutely nothing. The fact is, July 2nd, you're getting knocked unconscious. You're going to be crawling around on the floor like you was against Corey Sanders, like you was against Lauren Brewster. You're going to get that same shock, that same, he's coming to get me. I'm going to run out of energy because I'm going to break you down, slow you down, then take you out. You think you can jab, jab, grab me all night long? It's not going to happen. I've got a remedy for that. And on July 2nd, you're going to see exactly the gulf of difference between a tremendous little man and a good big man.
But when the opening bell rang, all of David Haye's arrogance began to fade. The fiery trash talk and bold promises he carried into the fight couldn't save him once Wladimir Klitschko started landing those sharp, punishing shots. From the very first exchanges, Klitschko established complete control, using his stiff jab like a spear to break Haye's rhythm and frustrate him at every turn. Round after round, Vladimir's patience and tactical brilliance were on full display, keeping Haye at bay with his superior height and reach, making him swing wildly and miss while punishing him with precise counters. The confidence that once filled Haye's words was nowhere to be found in the ring, as it became painfully clear who the true master was that night.
Which has worsened a little David Haye so far. And the British fans who've come over here in their thousands a bit subdued. Haye gambling again and once more.
Any drama this time.
They slipped that.
Some good moments in this round. Just a little bit wild again. He is the one who's frustrated. That's what's kept Haye off balance for a lot of the time here.
Of the growing confidence of the older man. Haye wild with that right over the top and punished with the right hand.
I've never seen David Haye throw so.
Have stacked up to create the damage with the right hand over the top.
Not knowing how to get himself into
Great
it.
shot from Klitschko. Haye takes it well though. Well,
No signs of stamina.
Closing seconds of the penultimate round. Haye disorganised and wild goes lunging around. Now it's Klitschko on top.
Maybe that attack is taking something out of David. I mean, this guy, we have to remember, 2 stone weight.
As the rounds went on, Klitschko's dominance only grew stronger. Haye was running out of ideas, unable to break through the Ukrainian's defense or make good on any of his knockout promises. By the time the fight went the distance, there was no doubt left. The judges awarded Wladimir a clear, unanimous decision victory. And while Klitschko stood tall with his belts raised high, Haye tried to explain away the loss, blaming it on a broken toe. But to the world watching, excuses couldn't hide the fact that all of his arrogance had been shattered inside the ring. Sergey Kovalev stepped into the ring to defend his WBO, IBF, and WBA light heavyweight titles against Jean Pascal, a man who came in full of arrogance and disrespect. In the build-up to the fight, Pascal mocked Kovalev, saying he didn't really earn his belts and that it was all just luck. He even went as far as to call himself a wolf among sheep, with Kovalev being the sheep. His trash talk was constant, and he tried to get into Sergey's head with insults and bravado. The stage was set for a clash not just of skills, but of pride, as Pascal was determined to prove his words, while Kovalev looked ready to silence the disrespect once and for all.
There's two kind of fighters. There's fighters who can talk because they know they can back it up their words, and those guys who don't talk because they're scared. So instead to let your coach talk for yourself, you need to man up, because it's easy to play the good guy and let me play the bad guy. The reason why I have 15 trainers is because I'm a general. I'm not a follower. I'm not a sheep. I'm a wolf, and I'm gonna see you in the ring Saturday night.
The fight kicked off with an explosive pace, and it didn't take long for Sergey Kovalev to show Jean Pascal the consequences of all that trash talk. From the opening bell, Kovalev marched forward with relentless pressure, cutting off the ring and throwing heavy shots with bad intentions. Every punch carried power, and it was clear Sergey wasn't just trying to score points. He was looking to shut Pascal down and end the fight early. The crowd could feel the intensity as Kovalev hammered away, making Pascal backpedal and second-guess all those bold words he had thrown around before the fight.
Very good round for Pascal so far, and now he gets hammered by a left hook by Kovalev. Now Pascal looks weary as we come down clean shot.
And he's hitting him straight with that left hand to the body. Here's Pascal again with those long right, left hands.
Big right hand. Pascal's over the rope. This round begins. What kind of shape is Pascal in?
He's not in good shape, and this fight could be over right now if Pascal don't throw a punch. Sergey is dangerous at this moment. Big shots, he's catching them on his glove, and he's trying to see, but now he's getting...
The relaxation.
Coming in with something, but Kovalev hits so hard.
With those big counter shots to make it out of the round.
Tremendous job by Pascal in this round.
Got hit with one counter shot from Pascal, but Pascal purchased with those big counter shots, as was the case of the...
And then, in the 8th round, after round upon round of relentless pressure, Kovalev finally broke through with a crushing finish. He unleashed a brutal combination that dropped Pascal hard, leaving no doubt about who the superior fighter was. The referee had no choice but to step in, and just like that, the fight was over. All the arrogance, all the bold claims Pascal had made in the build-up came crashing down in that moment. He couldn't back up his words when it mattered most, and Kovalev put an emphatic exclamation mark on their rivalry. In the build-up to the fight between Vitali Klitschko and Manuel Charr, the young challenger tried every trick in the book to get under Vitali's skin. Charr talked big, threw around insults, and tried to paint himself as the fearless underdog ready to shock the world. But Vitali, a seasoned champion and veteran of the ring, didn't bite. He stayed calm, composed, and focused, ignoring all the trash talk and waiting patiently for the night of the fight. For Klitschko, there was no need to trade words. He knew the real test would come under the bright lights in the ring, where skill, power, and experience would silence the noise once and for all. The moment the two men stepped into the ring, the difference in class was crystal clear. Vitali Klitschko was operating on a completely different level, sharper, stronger, and far more composed. Manuel Charr, on the other hand, quickly found himself out of his depth. Desperate to make an impact, he resorted to cheap tricks, even throwing punches after the bell, trying to rattle the champion any way he could. But no matter what he tried, it was obvious that Charr was facing a mountain he couldn't climb. Vitali's dominance showed from the opening exchanges, leaving Charr with little more than hope and dirty tactics to cling to.
Может Виталий попасть. Это очень обескураживает, я по себе знаю. С точки зрения боксера.
And then in the fourth round, Vitali landed a heavy shot that split Charr wide open. The cut was deep and dangerous, and the referee had no choice but to step in and wave it off. Just like that, the fight was over. Charr's bravado and trash talk ended in disappointment, while Vitali once again proved why he was the champion, shutting down the challenger in decisive fashion.
Знаете, я слушал предматчевое интервью Валерия Белова, и он говорил о том, что у Чара большое сердце, что парень не боится.
Останавливает поединок, но Чара в крови,
да, и остается.
Он негодует. Посмотрите.
Да, такое поведение.
А я вспоминаю бой Виталика с Льюисом. Когда также он кричал, он звал соперника продолжать этот бой.
Да.
Рефери весь в крови.
Фриц подходит, Фрицдуник подходит, видимо, они знакомы, останавливает, берет за гой и говорит какие-то слова.
Обратите внимание, Виталий.
TKO victory and still WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Dr. Iron Fist, Vitali Klitschko.
That's all for today's episode here on the MuzZza channel. If you liked seeing these overconfident fighters get silenced, hit that like button and subscribe right now. Your support keeps the fight stories coming, and every click makes the community stronger. Be part of the MuzZza family because the next chapter is going to be even bigger.
Oh,